My name is Maureen Taylor, and I'm the state chairperson of the Michigan Welfare Rights Organization, and I'm on the board of the National Welfare Rights Union, and I bring you greetings from welfare rights to one and all. Thank you so much. We're in a death grip in Detroit. We're living through certainly through the worst of times, and we've already seen some of what people call the best of times. And we're involved in something that looks like a hurricane. 45,000 water shutoffs happened in 1 year where I live, in one city. It's more than just water being turned off. It's more than just gas being disconnected. 72,000 foreclosures in 1 year in Wayne County. We're living through some sort of a nightmarish hell. And I came to warn you, if you don't wake up, the same monster that lives on my neck is coming to a theater near you. If you don't wake up, the same beast that is chopping away at us is going to be coming to a neighborhood near you. If you don't wake up, the same folks that are throwing us out of work, throwing us out of school, throwing us out of our homes, cutting lights and gas, cutting off water, taking the children and putting them in foster care is coming to a neighborhood near you. We're dealing with a feeding frenzy in Detroit where they know no boundaries. We explained to people a long time ago, if you let the poorest of the poor, general assistance recipients that are only getting a little bit of money, men and women that don't have children, if you let the welfare department stop giving them a handful of dollars, you cannot stop them. They are not satisfied with just eating your toes. They want the foot, and then the ankle, and then the kneecaps. These folks are never, ever satisfied. And we continue to tell people, if you allow for a little bitty war right here, there's no such thing. It gets larger and larger and larger. And here we are in 2009 on the coast of water. And I wonder if you know who owns your water here. Won't be but a minute before somebody figures out we can privatize water in this country, privatize water in Washington State, and let somebody else run it. It'll be cheaper for us. It's not far-fetched. That's what happened in West Virginia right now. The people in West Virginia do not own their own water. The governor decided it was cheaper to have an organization, a company in Germany, to purchase the water. And that's what happened. And now if you're in West Virginia, you can afford the water, you can afford the water. But if you can't, you're buying bottled water. Don't think these things can't happen to you. White people always believe that they're safe. I'm telling you, they're coming after you first. I'm already scared of everything, so it's hard to trick me. But you are in the hall of fire. They're coming to get you first. You're going to look the other way. That wouldn't happen to us. Yes, it will. Yes, it is. You're in trouble. I only heard yesterday, since I've been here, that Washington State has the highest taxes of anybody in the nation. And I listened to the kind of discussions on how we are going to fight this. We're going to call this politician and write a letter to that politician and inform another politician over here. And I think, you know, we haven't been to church long enough. We keep talking to these same people that we put in office. They all got health care and their glasses are really good, so I know they can see what's going on. But we're expecting that, gee, you know, we're down here hollering and they don't know what's going on, so we're going to have to tell these politicians, we're upset about this. If you don't do something about it, we're going to sit on your front porch. We've been told that all Mexicans are bad. Haitians sneak across the water in the middle of the night so that they can work at McDonald's. Native Americans gave up everything because they thought it was best to live in casinos. You know, tsunamis show up in places like Samoa and they all can't figure out how to run, so we have to watch the donkeys to go off into the mountains. Africans, you know, just too stupid for life. And we are fed this propaganda year after year after year. Women can't do math, women can't do science, all this kind of stuff. Where does this stuff come from? This perpetuation of lies, this perpetuation of myths. The thing that the social forum is trying to do is not to get you to change your mind about the people that live next door to you, not to get your mind about the religion that's over in another community. is to try to figure out what kind of things do we share in common. And as far as I can tell, any religion there is, whoever practices it, or those that don't practice any religion at all, every one of them loves their children. Everyone. I haven't found anybody that says, I had these kids and I hate them. Even though from time to time you kind of think that way, you know. But that's a whole other story. I know every parent wants the child to do better than their parent did, than their parent did. And to go further in education, and to have some kind of safety. That's all we want. It's the same that anybody else wants. All of these divisions and whatnot are concrete, and they certainly mean something. But what we're trying to develop and trying to build in Detroit is something different. We don't want you to just show up at another conference. We don't want you to just throw money at it. I maintain that we've given away much of our power to politicians who say, vote for me, I'm a Democrat, vote for me, I'm an independent, vote for me, I'm a Republican, vote for me, I'm short, I'm tall, black and white, Hispanic, I'm gay, I'm straight. We done brought every kind of politician there is known to mankind in office. And every one of them has failed us. The black ones ain't no good, the white ones ain't no good, the women ain't crap, the men ain't nothing. Gays ain't no different, straights, they all no good. Go get some calico Siamese folks, they all a little bit of everything. Still not working. Still not able to fix what we need fixed, and it's because we've lost the ability to clearly articulate what it is that we need to have. In the 5th grade, we already knew. We were already trained to know what it is we need to do. We need to say hello, goodbye, thank you, may I, please. We shared our toys, we shared our food, and we didn't have a problem. We got along. And something happens to us. We get dummied down as we get older. Well, what we want in Detroit are the children. We want those children that have lost their charms with age. We want you to come. We want you to show up with your ideas, because we're going to do more than have a conversation. I've got Amish people coming. They tell me they could build a house in one day. I want to see it. If you can build a house in one day, then you ought to be able to build 5 houses in 5 days in Detroit. And that means 365 days out the year, we ought to be able to build homes. Shouldn't be anybody homeless at the end of 2 years. I can do the math. I got some ideas. I want you to show up, and you're going to have to ask yourself the question early on. What is it that inspires me and makes it important enough for me to leave the comfort of my home, the comfort of my city, the comfort of my state, get on a plane, a train, a bus, and go to Detroit where I don't know anybody? But for 5 days, I'm going to go there and participate in a change in this world, because that's what we're dealing with. I'm not talking about just having another conference like Sylvia said. I'm not trying to deal with that, because you go to conferences all the time, and this is a conference. What you plan on doing here? After you go home after this conference, what's the plan? Share the paperwork, talk about what a good conference we had. I ain't talking about that. We got to do something else. We got to do something different. You are invited to Detroit, June 22nd through June 26th. You should know that your rooms are already ready for you. The transportation implements are being lined up. I have picked out the kind of meals that I thought you would like, and I'll have them online by the end of January. Okay? Vegans included. And what we want you to do is to come there and be able to identify what most of us have already identified. We need universal health care. We shouldn't be fighting about that. No. We need food for everybody, no matter how crazy your diet is. Give them what they want. No, true. We need shelter for folks. And we need to be able to live in peace, whatever that means. My name is Maureen Taylor, State Chairperson of Michigan Welfare Rights, Co-Coordinator of the United States Social Forum. I will see you in Detroit when you get there. Thank you.